In this lesson, we're going to look at the user interface elements of the XML Designer. Now, some of these things were pointed out in the previous walkthroughs in this series of lessons, but we wanted to go over them in a little bit more depth just to make sure that you understand exactly how they worked. The first thing to note is that you can use the toolbox to drag and drop items onto the design surface. So in this case, we're just going to drag a bunch of elements. And you remember in the walkthroughs that things got messy quickly. And we're not really doing anything here. We're just making a mess. And to manage these items, when you have 10, 15, 20 items, it kind of becomes difficult. So what you can do is use this handy little navigation tool near the bottom. Let me readjust the screen. And this allows you to kind of move around easily by putting your mouse cursor over it and then looking to the left and to the right. It's kind of a mini view of all of the items that are within your design surface. So once you've kind of found the spot where you want to work in, you can just let up on the mouse button and you're working there. The next feature that we found helpful was the auto arrange feature. When I select that, all of our elements line up nicely in a horizontal fashion. Now, what we didn't look at was how to resize these items if we need to, and then also how to actually delete them. We can also select groups of items and select the delete button, and we can select multiple at the same time, or we can select multiple ones and move them anywhere we want to. So let's go ahead and delete all these and just drag another element out, and we'll call this book. And the book has a name, and it has an ISBN number. And we'll just make it real simple. What we can also do is right-click on this area and select View XML Source. We can also use the little tabbed area near the bottom to view the schema and then view the source. Also, these little triangles in the upper left-hand corner are handles that we can use. They don't really serve any other functional purpose. If we need to delete an item or an element from within a given little element block, we can select it and then select the delete key. We can obviously insert, and we can tab through it just like we did in the walkthroughs. And one last thing that I want to point out, which was neat, was that we can go to our Server Explorer and drag a table from a data connection that we have, and it will automatically create the XSD for that table. We can actually view it, and it's a legitimate XSD. So these are all really neat features of the XML Designer. And we'll probably be looking at more little nuances as we look at each of the individual pieces that we can pull out and drag and drop onto the design surface. We'll see all the little pop-ups and all the little types of things that we can do. But this was just intended for an overview of the XML Designer itself and some of the user interface elements. So I hope you enjoyed